me. Ew, gross!
Sometimes I don't know what to do. The only thing I know that's true, I'm broke down. I'm held down. No help now. I'm broke down.
Welcome to That's Gross, your favorite hockey podcast. This is a hockey show. You won't even drink a beer with a sugar rim.
Did I ever tell you about that, Mike?
What, that you got a sugar rim?
Yeah. Did I tell you that?
No, enlighten me.
Yeah, I went out with Dan like probably it was like right after all that stuff happened. So maybe whatever, 3 weeks ago now. So we went to this brewery. It's over in I think it's called Starlight Brewery. Pretty good place, but got a couple beers. So they had like whatever the seasonal pumpkin one, like brewed in house was. And he asked me, and I was just like, fuck. I'm like, I think this might be the time. So I tried it.
Thoughts?
Not a fan, man.
I'm not either.
It kind of just messed up like the vibe. I think have a little bit more respect for it. Like I get it now. I'm not really there to chirp. I think if you get one, I'll still chirp you. But in the grand scheme of things, like I get it. But I don't know. To me, it kind of throws off like not the taste, but like the vibe. It's like I go to take a sip and I just have like crunchy stuff in my mouth. It's just like not.
Fair. I mean, look, that old saying, don't knock it till you try it. At least you tried it. And to be clear, I'm not a guy who gets it every time. I just think I've always been of the like
We
I
should
have
go
this
in. We should go in about how when you get a sugar rim, how you drink it.
with my pinky up or what?
Yeah, you usually do that thing with your tongue where like you go all the way around it
Shut the fuck
and then
up.
take a swig.
No, but I had this thought when I was in a Starbucks drive-through one time. And it was might have been in that low point that we were talking about a little bit earlier, but I was just I think I ordered a pumpkin spice latte and the girls, do you want whipped cream on that? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me whipped cream. I don't care. Because I used to kind of be on that wave of like a little bit insecure of like if someone turns around they see me with some bitch ass like pink drink from Starbucks. But now it's like, you know what, dude? Who cares? If it's good, it's good. And, you know, sugar rims, they're pretty good. They're not great, but every once in a while, it spices it up. That's all.
When in Rome.
When in Rome. Exactly. Before we actually start here, I'm gonna grab the water because I'm just finished this one here. Give me a sec.
Oh, I guess we didn't actually start. JB, what do you think about espresso martinis?
I think if the timing's right, for them.
Oh, for sure.
Like you eat a nice dinner, wrap it up with an espresso.
Oh, I agree.
It's like a nice dessert drink. But yeah, they're solid. But I will say too, it really is depending on like how it's made too. I've had one that was like gross, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like if it's too strong, like alcohol tasting, I don't know, it kind of throws it off for me.
Mhm. Yeah, you can fuck it up pretty easily.
Yeah.
When you took a sip of it, were you just like, ew, that's gross.
Pretty much, dude. I think that's how this whole thing started.
Yeah. You a Bailey's guy or no Bailey's guy?
Yeah, I like Bailey's. To be honest with you, I'm like the most just like beer guy. Like just go out and if I'm drinking like 98% of the time I'm just ripping beers.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if you remember, but we used to live together, so do remember that.
Yeah, I mean we had them in our possession for 25 hours.
Yeah, that might even take the under on that one.
Yeah, that was I mean, hey man, we got after it for sure.
Hey, we didn't lose all of them. We hit them and they
Yeah,
were
we did a pretty solid job with that, dude. It was
we were
pretty
hiding them in
smart.
like our shoes and shit. Like
Yeah.
we were pretty elite alcohol smugglers.
Yeah.
What a J-Woo?
Yeah.
I
It was
mean,
all going great until
you guys
Jake.
got caught like 7 days into the semester. I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't even that long, I don't think.
Dude, it was literally yeah, it was the first Friday. Like we moved in
Yeah.
that Sunday, went through a week of school. I think we probably got the 30 rack. We had so much, dude. That was the other thing. We had
Yeah,
way too much. We had two 30 racks.
did we have two?
Yes, dude. You had
Oh,
one under your bed and I had one under mine.
the 30 racks, we got some White Claws. I think we got 3 bottles of Pink Whitney too. That was like the first weekend when they got released,
Yeah, that was crazy.
which is crazy. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
dude.
flies by when you're having fun.
Chicklets is they've grown so much, huh?
Yeah, I wonder how much money those guys are making.
Dude, they got a fucking I mean their business has just been they did it so well. Like they really do make a great podcast. Like some of our episodes, we're only what? This is our 28th episode, which is like half a year of us doing this, but it's, we don't take it super seriously. But those guys are super entertaining and like from the beginning. Like I remember tuning in at the beginning and um they just grabbed people. Obviously they played in the league or Whitney did, so that helps. But yeah, I mean, they make a lot of money, whatever it
Yeah.
is. And dude, they like JB, you're asking me earlier, like what do you what would you do if it wasn't real estate? Currently unemployed between jobs is actually what I'll say. But I mean, dude, that is the dream. What those guys do is insane. Like they're going to games, they film content, they talk about the content, they travel around, they host events. Like, dude, especially to be in your 20s and to be doing something even like that at all would be sick. Even if you make 50K a year, who gives a shit?
It's like the hard part though, like they're not in their 20s.
Yeah, but I'm saying for
How
us,
old are the what's chaos guys?
they're probably mid 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when I was asking you that too, like it was more so on the side. Like I get that. And we
You mean
all
a
have like our
realistic job? I know, trust me.
well, not even like realistic to bring it down, but just like
Well,
what like if you had to work a 9 to 5 or
yeah, like pick a career that's a
yeah,
career,
like what
not
would you
like
do?
something ideal. Yeah. No, I know, and I don't know.
I feel like I could honestly see you in like a team environment. Like I could see you working for a team. And like I don't know, like I think I was talking to Mize about this the other day. Like I think all of those career like paths, it really is like if you just get in, like I mean we're still young, like early 20s or whatever, mid 20s. Like if you get in and just like grind for 5, 10 years, it's like there's only a very small amount of people that really like get into it, into the weeds and like stay with it and just keep like compounding years of like experience and being in the game that I think like once you're kind of in and you're in far enough, like I don't know, I just think as a career choice, like you can move up the ranks and like I don't think it's really far fetched to be like I one day I want to work in like a front office. Like I think if you really just all it's about is just every level being good at it and just keep moving up.
Yeah, for sure. My thing would be like where to start and what do you need? Because I don't have a college degree. Um,
Even
how
that though, dude, like I don't know, I think if you like just reached out to a ton of like even local teams, ECHL teams, whatever, and you do it as like I don't know if you find out that you need a college degree or they can help you figure out like what you need to have. It's like, dude, you give up a year and a half and grind that while you're part-time working with them. I don't know. I just think like we all get caught up in the like we all want to be somewhere right now and it's hard because like we're all so young. Like giving up a year and a half right now is not bad.
no.
When in reality 10 years later we could be having the same conversation and
Yeah,
you would definitely have that trade-off of a year and a half compared to 12 years later hating your life. So
for sure. I guess the question with that is like, okay, whatever the year and a half is, like it's not guaranteeing it, and what is the year and a half? Like if the year and a half is like Because that's kind of the mindset of going to college. Is like, okay, you're trading 4 years, although most of it's just partying usually, or sleeping, like nocturnally, like a raccoon, however you decide to go about it. But, it's a trade-off. And then the goal is that you get a job, a good one, and then you progress up that ladder. And then that's the whole point of really the landscape of the job market is a
I
trade-off.
just think money has such a big thing in it, and it like I don't know, it deterred me. I think a large portion of what like why I chose what I chose and the path. Like you try to take more of a safe type
Yeah.
approach, and then you do really find out pretty quickly. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but like you're working and it's like, yeah, you have some months that money's really good, you're enjoying it, and it's whatever, and then I don't know, it's just I think in the long run you're kind of like, well, damn, like
Well,
the
you get
short-term gratification of it is not amazing.
Yeah, and you get used to what you have. Like rich
Yeah.
people get used to their house and their money and their lifestyle, and then it's about whatever you're doing. So yeah, I mean, I agree. Like I was making a little bit more money, but I liked it for a little bit there because it was the most money I had made, and I felt like I was doing something that was unique and kind of different. Like my big thing is I wrote this down in a journal probably a year and a half ago or 2 years ago that I wanted to be paid with my mouth, essentially. No Diddy, with speaking, like being paid to communicate and to speak. And like I ended up doing that with real estate, and I was, making deals and whatever, and that was really cool to me. But then it just got to a point where it was, that specific job was just it was not great day to day. But um yeah, I don't know, Jake, anything, man? Are you still got a pulse over there? How
Yeah,
you
I'm here. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I'm kind of
Yeah.
going through some of the same stuff where I'm sick of my job as well. And yeah, I just feel like I'm stuck a little bit. So trying to figure that out.
But like
But
that same question, like for you,
yeah,
what would be your thing? Like what
I guess I don't really know. I mean, like, obviously, like all the stuff we talk about, like all the time, like being somewhere in sports would be great. But like, I don't know how within the ballpark that is for me. And like, it's obviously a very, very tough, like
market to get.
market to break into and
Yeah.
like be in a spot where it's actually worth it. But so I don't know. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I want to like travel a little bit for work. I don't know. I just don't want to see, I don't want the same fucking day every single day, which is where I'm at right now. So,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
it's good to learn the thing. Like you kind of have to learn through whatever job you do, right? Like you kind of have to learn what you like, what you don't, um, about it. And then for the next thing that you pursue, you're trying to find more of what you like and less of what you don't. But I mean, I know Jake, you went into college with what was it, accounting was your major?
I started in accounting, yeah.
What'd you finish with?
Business management.
Okay. Yeah, and like JB and I both went in with sports management. Like both fucking wanted to be, Don Sweeney or at least, directly under him. No Diddy, but that major even in itself kind of seemed like, all right, well, how many general manager or not even just shooting that high, but how many people who study sports management end up really doing something like cool? Or is it all ticket sales and
Very small percentage.
I don't even really know. It was kind of really a question I don't really have an answer to, but
I
uh,
think that's where like you always hear people talk about it, and like I do I think now I kind of understand it more of like that's where the obsession comes in. Like I genuinely think if someone dropped you into an organization and it's something that you see even like a glimmer of light that you're like, damn, like this could be something. Like I think your obsession for the game and really not even just the game that's being played on ice, but like I don't know. I mean, I think we're all intrigued by different parts of the game, and I think there's not there are I think a lot of people in the world. I'm not naive that obviously like hockey and whatever, but I mean like I don't know the obsession that I think we have, especially towards the Bruins or whatever. I think if you're in an organization that you can get behind and see some sort of growth, like I think that would outbeat a lot of people in a lot of like for me the hardest part was I was always thinking of like the money side of it. Like I'm getting out of school, I have loans. Like reality kind of sets in. You're like I got to like figure it out. And
Yeah.
the biggest thing that you tie to figuring it out is money.
Yeah.
So you kind of you use that as your scapegoat and you go into something else and like I don't hate by any means what I'm doing. Like there's it's like any job, right? You have good days, bad days, but I do think that if any one of us were thrown into even a bottom tier position with the Bruins, it's like just that alone, like it'd be cool. And I don't know, it might be completely different too. You might work there 6 months and be like, this sucks. But I could see that though, if you are obsessed with it, that you're just gonna get so much more out of it because working more hours in one of those environments compared to working 20 less hours in an environment that you absolutely hate, it's probably pretty equal, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
I'd agree with that.
it's like a therapy session.
Yeah, well, what else do you want to do outside of work too, right? Because you want a life outside of it. And when you're young, like our lives tend to sometimes end up being like, all right, you got 2 days in the weekend. Let's go watch a game. Let's go have, some stews with some sugar rims, maybe not, whatever floats your boat. But
Depends if we're in Rome.
yeah, exactly. Or P-Town.
The
But
entire glass is just sugar and
it's a glass made out of
can't even use your hands.
men's underwear. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, you don't really mind working more if you actually find it something enjoyable. Like that's the weird thing about life is that like I was listening to Spit and Chicklets were on Son of a Boy Dad, which is a Barstool podcast. Has that kid Little Sass who has that video where he gets drafted to the NFL and he's like on his couch, he's like, me? Um, and Roan, he's like a freestyler, rap battler. He's actually wicked talented. And then Francis Ellis, a comedian. But
That
Roan,
guy's insanely smart.
yeah, he went to Harvard. He actually went to Harvard with Alex Killorn. And
Oh wow.
yeah, they were in like a frat together or something. But Roan had a baby and he took like 1 month of his or 2 weeks of his paternity leave that he had, and he had 4 months that he could have taken. And it just kind of shows you like, he likes what he does, and it's like why there's only so much time you can do, spend with your kid, even though you got to take care of it at first. But um, at a certain point, it's just like life is just a bunch of time. Like you're just choosing how to spend it. And that's why I do feel, and obviously you have to make a living. Like there's no free unless you want to live in your mom's crib forever. I don't think I've seen that movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin. I've seen that before. But, you got to make a living, you got to do that. So the kind of male journey is to like go out in the world and find what it is you want to do. And yeah, I mean, I think we're all on the same page. We don't want to keep doing exactly what we're doing, but that's why we're doing this podcast. I mean, low key, I kind of like this here. We're getting a little bit more into like business. Maybe it's because the Bruins suck so bad. And we're like, fuck, what else can we talk about here? But look, we didn't even really open this podcast here at all. How we feeling? How we doing? How we feeling about the Bruins? Obviously, last night was we were actually on a call. We were ripping some NHL after the second period because that game was so bad after the Marchand video and all of that, which was awesome. Not a great game until the third, but uh, yeah, JB, like walk me through that third period, and uh, either one of you we can talk about the ending as well because that was insane.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen so far for the Bruins, it was a pretty fitting game. It's been pretty much how they've been playing. Didn't see anything from them really for 40 minutes. Started to see, a little bit of hope there in the third. It seems like Marco must have gone through to them in that second intermission. I don't know, obviously, what he said, but yeah, I mean, it's just, I think we had said it a couple of times. Like, there wasn't a lot of pride. There wasn't, to me, going into that game, I was super pumped to watch it. I thought you know, you might see that more aggressive Bruins team, and they have a lot of guys that can play that way. And I just thought for 40 minutes they were pretty much on ice. They weren't literally, right? But they were, I don't know, they just weren't, they didn't seem to really be in it. And then obviously it changed there in the third, and they started to get after it a bit. But yeah, it's been the Bruins so far. They've been in this situation too many times.
Yeah, and Wattsburg, Waterbug, Watrog, Wada, Water Chuck, Waffle Chuck. Look, you brought up something before that I didn't hear about, but I ended up seeing after was Casey Middlestat got kind of rinsed in the media, and he obviously got scratched. Marco Stern, by the way, I don't know if he said anything about Middlestat, but he did take him out of the lineup. He also did rinse Lorai after last night, which was kind of justified because that guy has a lot of potential, man. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I do have a funny story about Lorai off the ice that I'll share with you guys maybe after. But Jake Middlestat, I actually thought looked pretty solid in his return to the lineup.
Yeah, he made a sick pass to who who was that? Jano in front of the
Geeky.
net there.
Saka?
He was geeky.
The-
Well, actually, both.
oh yeah, it was geeky.
And Zaka, though, on that goal he scored too.
Yeah.
He had two really nice assists. And I saw he was a his under the hood advanced stats were pretty good. He was really good in the face-off dot. I think he was almost perfect in the dot, which is, you know, again, we talked about him. He's a project. Not sure where that's going to go, but kind of a perfect place for a guy like that to, go to the Bruins and see what you can turn him into in a time where they're not competing for a cup. But you guys want to hear this little Mason Lorai story I heard? It was a
Let's
little,
hear it.
Right.
one of my good friends, Joe, his friend works as a DJ, which I don't know, boys. We're talking a lot of hockey jobs. That might be the one of the better gigs out there. You make bank. And not trying to throw shade, but pretty sure all you do is mix other people's songs together and nod your head. It's pretty sick. And you kind of have a bunch of birds around you and you're up on a stage. Anyway, so he goes out to these bars and DJs for them, and um, I've been a decent amount and hung out with them, and it's a great time. And one of the places is Lincoln and Loco in South Boston. And I heard a story from a night that I wasn't there where Lori and Beecher were at the bar, long line to the bathroom, and they ended up just cutting the entire line, like just big dicking everybody. And one kid was like, "What are you doing?" And they got into like a tiff, and the bouncers just came over and just removed the kids that were in line and kicked them out. So that's what it's like to be an athlete in Boston. But I don't know. It just kind of made me think a little bit. Do we think Laura I don't know if he has it. Like, I think he's got all the skill in the world, but sometimes I wonder if he's kind of like, this is sick. I'm in the NHL. Like, how much is that guy trying to be the best defender that he can be? Which, I don't blame him. He's younger than I am, and he's in a great spot. But I just don't know if I fully believe he's going to end up being an elite long-term defenseman. What do you
Him
guys?
and him and Potter kind of like did the same thing. They both came in, looked super promising, and then they kind of plateaued.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
A big thing, in my opinion, for speaking mainly on Lowry, I want to see him earn his minutes. I think that he came into the league. This Bruins team needed a player like him, and he got thrown a lot of minutes. Last year, this team had a lot of injuries. They obviously needed him once again, and we all know how last season went. I mean, he was dash 33, I think.
Green jacket.
So I think where I'm at right now is this team. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like worst case scenario, we end up with Gavin McKenna. So I think where we're at right now is like
I don't
I
think that'd
would,
be worst case scenario.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, I mean, the worst case is probably just barely missing and getting a 17th overall.
Yeah. Well,
But I
there was
hear,
also sarcasm in that of
yeah, no,
the
continue.
way this is going. I mean, that would be best case. But
Exactly.
um, yeah, no, I just think he needs to earn his minutes. I don't think just because the Bruins are in a position where they can throw minutes at this kid doesn't, give him really the reason to get it. You think of when McAvoy came in. I mean, the kid was playing like a horse. He's lined up with a Zdeno Chara. You're learning from him. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a little bit harder now too, right? You don't have all those guys still in the locker room. It's that new wave of leadership. They're trying to figure it out. So I think my biggest takeaway is I think you bring him back a little bit on a leash and you lower his minutes and he's going to start playing better hockey if he wants to play more.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. I think he's coming out of the lineup. After the way Sturm handled Middlestad, I think it's only right. I mean, he called him out. He said he blamed two of the goals directly on Laura. I mean, one he just handed to AJ Greer, and the other one I think he was referring to was that Luosterainen one. I didn't really look at too closely, but if the coach is calling you out and saying, a 22-year-old defenseman is at fault for two of the four goals against, it's like, that's not high praise. I'll put it that way. So I agree. They're in a tough spot with lefty. I mean, Hampus Lindholm. I don't know what's going on. I understand trying to limit his minutes and time because he did have a pretty brutal injury. He shattered his kneecap. And I had heard I think we had talked about this before, where what's that podcast? Bruins Beat with Marinofsky. They had someone on who was just talking about like the how severe that could be. And we were saying, like, I don't think, have you heard of any other player who's really shattered their kneecap? It's a pretty severe injury. So who knows what's going to happen with that? And then outside of them, you have none other than Nikita Zadorov. So good defenseman, but I mean, kind of brought in to be physical, not to be your number one defenseman or really even number two. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, not a whole lot of things to talk about in Boston that are good. I will say, I mean, the goaltending's been pretty good. The ending to that game was just insane, right? We were all watching it together. Jake was behind by 6 hours, but he eventually saw it. And I mean, I've never really seen a goal. I haven't seen a goal like that in a while. Never mind a goal in the last minute of a game. So tough break. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about Brad? I mean, the tribute and his performance, which we kind of expected.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely jump in. Um, Obviously love Brad. I mean, he deserved all the praise that he got. Had an unbelievable career, obviously, with Boston and what he meant to the city and just the way he played. I mean, he was a huge part of the culture and, I think why they were relevant for as long as they were. Um, and I think seeing him come back into the building and just the emotions that he had. I mean, I think Maurice said it, and he is a guy that just wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah.
He'll do anything for his team, and all the guy really wants to do is win. So I think any team's obviously lucky to have him. It still stings that it's the Florida Panthers, but um, I think more and more too with this situation, thinking back on it, and I mean we've had so many conversations, Mike, about it. It really it just does make sense. At the end of the day, the way everything happened, and obviously it would have been nice to see him stay a Bruin, retire a Bruin, but seeing him go out, get a cup, right? I mean, it's what we wanted him to have for years, obviously on the Bruins, but got a cup. He got his longer term deal. The Bruins are in that situation where, does it really help them to have an older or a Brad Marchand that continues to age on this team? It's like probably not. So I think for both sides, they won, and it was nice to see him back in the Garden.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice night tribute they had to him. I was kind of expecting a little bit more of like a better video that they threw up on the Jumbotron there. Like not that it wasn't good, but like, it was kind of short to me.
Could
And
have
thought
been
I'd see more
could have
stuff
been
from like
very
the
long.
cup win, but I mean, overall, it was great. Obviously, no hard feelings now. He got his cup. We're all happy for him. That's all you can do. I thought it was pretty interesting that, I mean, there was a lot of interviews that he did, and he said that looking back now, I think both sides would have went about it a lot differently, and a different decision would have been made. So I think we could all agree on that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got to imagine there's a lot of emotion in those discussions where it wasn't the most rational. There wasn't a lot of time. It was probably right before the deadline that those conversations started. Obviously, the trade was like the last moment. So, yeah, but like JB said, I do think it probably is for the best, and it couldn't be more of a fitting team. And I think he was just in over his head in Boston at this point. A guy who drags people into the fight, but this team just wasn't, they're not close. And like you said, well said by both here. It's great to see him win, even though it's with the Panthers. I mean, how emotional he was. I don't think I've ever seen a player, and JB, I think you said it to me earlier in the night. It's got to be one of the biggest returns ever, like up there with Gretzky, and people might scoff at that. Probably no one who's listening because mostly people are Bruins fans, but guy's a legend. I mean, he's up there. I put it on the story. Um, I'll pull it up here. He's fourth in Bruins all-time history in games with 1,090, fourth in goals with 422, sixth in assists with 554, and fifth in points at 976. 24 away from 1,000 points with the Bruins would have been great. So he's probably getting really close to that right now in that ceremony. So, I mean, it's crazy how he started as a fourth liner and he's career in 1,000 games, 1,090 games played. He's almost a point per game. Insane. Also, first in short-handed goals, something that people kind of overlooked for a while. Him and Bergeron were so damn good on the penalty kill. Like they legit were a threat to score um, almost every time. First in overtime goals, first in penalty shot goals, second in even strength goals for the Bruins
Wow.
all time. So just a legendary career. So it was a huge return, and I've never seen a player cry like that to the video. I mean, he straight up broke down. That's really all I have on that, unless you guys have anything. I mean, like I said, there's not a lot positive to talk. Bruins, the only positives, I guess, would be, I mean, they did show some life there with the middle stat, 2 assists were pretty nice. Making that a game, even though the first half was pretty brutal to watch. Uh, it's going to be a long year. They're on a 5 game losing streak after winning the first three. So they need to find some balance here. They're definitely fighting it. I don't think it's anything that I didn't expect. They can be in every single game. 4 of the 5 games has been 1 goal games. They're missing a little bit of that offensive firepower. So I still don't think they're that far away, boys. Like I'm not a skies falling kind of guy. If they got McKenna this year, I wouldn't be mad, of course. No. I don't know if I see it, but this league is getting so good, really. You look at the excuse me, the Eastern Conference, but even the Atlantic Division. Segue a little bit into, I mean, Detroit is buzzing right now. That's another team that has kind of last couple of years just been like, when are they going to jump and make that step? Looks like they're one of the better teams in the league. The league standings, like right now, top five: Colorado, Vegas, Winnipeg, New Jersey, Detroit, Carolina, and then Pittsburgh. So not a lot of the teams you'd expect besides Colorado and Vegas. But it's obviously very early here. But New Jersey's off to a good start as well. Detroit and Carolina, though, two teams I think are going to take another step. And yeah, um, around the league. Did you guys see Stolars was playing without a bucket for a moment there?
I did.
I did not. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
he made a save without it. But then did you hear his comments? So after one of their games, they're struggling a little bit here. The The Leafs are 18th in the league right now, 3-3-1. They've not really been back checking, I guess, and he kind of called out the team pretty directly in the media, um, which I think is good to see. I mean, if you're a Leafs fan, you want accountability in that locker room. It's a guy who played for the Panthers, so he witnessed a lot of success. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not a ton really else to talk about hockey wise. If you guys have anything, let me know. But
Yeah, I mean, I think quickly I would say off of the Stolars thing, like I see it like being good in a way that he is um holding his team accountable, but like this early in the season and knowing some of those guys on that Toronto team, it's like I think they should take it and run with it and be like, all right, this guy does care. He knows what we have in this locker room. We can play better. But like I just don't know if those guys look at it that way. I don't know if Austin Matthews, we've said it time and time again, like, is he a dog? What is he in it for? Is it all about the sty? Is it the money? Is it
his boyfriend,
sometimes?
Not a
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I think we've talked about it before, and I don't know. I don't think it's a great thing for this Leafs team to be this early and already having because that also is just media press, right? Like having that, they're going to blow that way out of proportion, and it's probably going to drag on for 2 months. And I don't know. I just don't think. I don't know. I don't. I just don't get that team. To be honest with you, I just don't. I don't know how year in and year out. Like you were talking just around the league, Detroit, like you said, off to a good start. Like we saw this coming. Like there's been a couple of years now that we were waiting for these teams to start to get over the hump and for the NHL to change a little bit. And then it's like you look at a Toronto team and it's like just the definition of insanity, right? Like they just keep doing the same thing. Recent years they've tried to make switches. Like I think them bringing Brandon Carlo in was pretty big. Like they are making moves. The guy's unreal at breaking
Berube.
the puck out. They have Berube.
And
Um,
Stolar's like their goaltending has gotten better. I
yeah,
agree with you. I also would just add to what you're saying that those things, the problems, it's always how you spin it. So
yeah,
what you're saying exactly, like I don't know if they're gonna take that well. But you look at Detroit, they got pumped in their first game and their coach called them out. He said, I don't know what I have to do to convince to get this through to these guys that like we can't start slow and it's a hard league and nothing is given and they just went on a heater like 5 games in a row after that and just been buzzing. And I think maybe, sometimes that's what happens is early in the year, teams just they think that maybe they can kind of slide their way through and then just wait to the playoffs and get in. Um, Sometimes you do need to be called out, you know. I mean, another team that's struggling right now has been struggling that we didn't talk about because we haven't talked since this happened is San Jose. And the coach of San Jose is from Marshfield. And he said to the media that they were asking him about how they're losing and how hard that is. And he just point blank said, yeah, I would give up one of my children for a win right now. So, crazy quote because I don't think anybody asked him that. No one said, "Hey, this isn't the Gross Hockey Podcast." No one was like, "Hey, would you trade your firstborn child for a W right now so you don't lose your job?" He just said it. So then, like 2 days later, it was viral, and he came out and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't, I shouldn't have said that. The way I love my wife and I love my kids."
he's going to be back at Marshfield High pretty soon.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think his leash might be pretty short, although he has had some success outside of the NHL. Um, And it's not like anyone expected that team to be in the playoffs right now. But they're 0-4. They're the only team that's winless. So he's still that maybe that offer's still on the table for Warosovsky. He's got 3 of them, I heard. So you could probably afford to give one up. Um, but yeah, pretty quick, pretty crazy quote there. Um, Outside of that, like around the league, there's definitely it's going to be an exciting year for sure. You know, a lot of young teams. I could see there being maybe not the same trade deadline as last year, but I could see there being some bigger swings in terms of trades, depending where some teams go. Alex Tuck, I know, is in some rumors. Rasmus Anderson. Yeah, I don't think I have too much else. Dorofeev has been on a he's been on a heater. He's been buzzing. Mark Stone is injured. Jonathan Tay's got his first goal in 30 months, I think it was, since 2023. So great to see for them. Um, they're off to a good start as well. Yeah, so that's really it for that. I have a trivia question for you guys that I'm interested to see how many you can get. I don't know if you saw it in this thing I sent you before, but talking about Brad Marchand, um, maybe his number gets retired. I think it probably should.
I think it will.
He arguably could be retired in two organizations at the end of his career. And there are 9 players who have had their numbers retired by two franchises. How many of them can you two name? So I just
Right
want to
up.
throw them
Oh,
out.
sorry. Okay. Finish.
No, I was just saying throw them out.
Oh, right off the bat, Gordie Howe.
Let me look here real quick.
I would
Yeah,
imagine
Gordy Howe's one.
Yeah,
Gretzky's got
for
to
the
be,
Whalers
no?
and the
Gretzky's one.
well,
Yeah,
jersey's retired in the whole league too. So,
that's
Yeah.
the other part of it. Yeah,
uh,
Um,
one you're not going to get. The rest of them, they're pretty big names that you should be able to get. See what you can do.
I think trying to think of like people that played more than one. So Brett Hull, one of them.
No, but a relative is
Oh, Bobby
Bobby?
Hull.
Bobby Hull. That's 3. Another one is a teammate of Gretzky at one point.
Oh, Messier?
Mark Messier, that's 4. Um, 2 of the
Wait,
rest.
don't tell us. I wanna keep guessing.
Okay, I was just gonna give you a hint, but if you want to
Okay.
raw dog it, be my guest.
Keith Kachuk, one of them.
No,
Chris Chelios.
nope.
Really? Hmm.
Colorado Avalanche.
Joe Sakic.
Nope,
Or no, he was there the whole time. Forsberg.
nope.
What? Oh, Patrick Waugh.
Ding, 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 and there's one more from the Avs.
Stasny.
Nope. This is a guy who
Yes.
you guys, it's close to home, is what I'll say for a hint.
It can't be Ray Bork.
It is. It's Ray Bork.
He has his jersey retired by Colorado.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of surprising, but
Didn't he only play 1 year there?
I don't know.
I
But
think he
either
played
way, he
2.
Did he? I thought he only played one.
No, I thought he played a year and they didn't, I don't know, they didn't win. And then I thought he said that he would come back for one more. I could be wrong. I honestly
I
don't.
think he won the year that we traded him.
Yeah,
I don't know if he played again, but either way, he has his number retired there. I mean,
that's
he's a legend.
insane.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but it's the Avs at that point were probably kind of a newer franchise, and they got a legendary player.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
other than him, you're missing one,
So
two.
how many do we have so far?
You're missing 3, so you have 6.
Okay. Um,
I'll give you a hint. Coffee.
Paul Coffey.
No, that would be me telling you the answer. Think coffee. Think Starbucks. Think Dunkin'. Think Canada.
Oh, Tim Horton.
Tim Horton, and now you're
Never
missing.
would have got that.
You wouldn't have gotten Red Kelly because I don't even know who that is.
I've
He,
heard of Red Kelly, but I would not have gotten that.
yeah, he
Yes.
played in like the 40s, and the other one was a really great puck moving defenseman, probably ahead of his time. Um, played
Oates.
for played for Anaheim at one point and New
What's the
Jersey.
question?
Oh, Niedermeyer.
Yeah, Niedermeyer. That's it. That's all of them.
Wow, that's a good little quiz.
I fact checked the Bork thing too. So Ray Bork played for the Avalanche for about 15 months from the 99 to 2000 season and then played in the 2000 to 2001 season.
Oh, So
He was traded to the Avalanche in March 2000 and retired in June of 2001 after winning the cup.
he didn't win that first year then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was just the image I
Oh
had.
wow. I thought they won the year that we traded him.
Me too.
I remember seeing some video. I don't know if it was a Nesson video or something with Ray Bork or maybe a YouTube video, but I remember hearing something like that.
Yeah.
I always thought the same thing.
Little outside of this, we were talking Leafs. Do you guys see that Vladdy G, the baseball pitcher? He wore an Austin Matthews jersey ahead of Game 7 to go to the World Series,
This guy's got balls.
and they won. So I don't know. We think could that
Is
be?
the curse lifted?
Did he lift the curse for the Leafs? And
We need
Different sport.
someone.
They're still fucked.
Yeah, we need someone playing a completely different sport to lift the curse.
yeah,
There's no way that.
a guy not even on their team. They need a guy outside the organization to break their curse. That's unfortunate. But people made a bunch of jokes about it when he walked to the rink. Or not the rink, the stadium wearing a Matthews jersey because people like just put up Matthews stats in game sevens and they're like, why would you wear this guy's jersey? But maybe he was so confident he was like, fuck it, I'll just even get two birds stoned at once. So um there's that. Obviously the Bruins, they lost five straight, not a ton to talk about. I want to see some youth. I think they got too many of the same guys, but the depth has been very good. We'll see where this season goes. Anything else hockey really related or anything you guys want to talk about? I know there was something with the Red Wings Zamboni driver. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
No.
He was like 20 years working there and he pulled out his dick and was peeing in the like where you dump the snow
Oh, I did hear something about that actually.
and they fired him. What do you think about that? Kind
I
of
mean, it's kind of dumb on his part, honestly.
Let the man live.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, guys got to piss. I know after last week, I mean, obviously I'm going to be on that side of things, but I worked as a Zamboni driver. I was whizzing in every hole that I could find.
So you were
So
making yellow snow too?
yeah, but it's not it's going in a drain, So I guess, you can't have your penis out in your
Yeah, well, who knows where that drain goes? That could go right back into the city water supply. Who knows?
it's the rink faucet. Just get Zamboni guy pissed. Zamboni guy piss is up there with some of the worst piss that there is. I mean,
Yeah,
probably drinking just disgusting energy drinks, beer.
10 monsters a day.
Yeah. Make you go home and beat your wife, dude. But yeah, I mean, again, there's some good teams. Utah's buzzing. The NHL is definitely fun. Not great to be a Bruins fan. What are you gonna do? We all hopefully can slide our way into that organization and try to work for them. Um, Other than that, I got one other thing, men's league wise. I was playing in a men's league game. I'm on a team called the Very Athletic Gentlemen. Shout out to those guys. They added me. They needed a goalie, and I just got back from Italy, so really I wasn't in shape, is what I'll say, right? So I'm gonna have to grind and get back into that shape. But I didn't really play too well at the beginning. They scored a couple nice goals. What are you gonna do? It's men's league. But the point of what I'm saying is in the second period, it was 4-2, and these guys completely shut her down. Like, granted, they did have a short bench, but they were rimming everything. They were playing like the Florida Panthers. Like, they were, every time they get a puck, they would ice it. They had like 15 icings, and I'm at the other end with my hands in the air, like, just like shaking my head. Like, come on, guys. Can we play the game? So I don't know what you guys think about that, but I just felt like, boys, it's not game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals here. It's 11:30 at night in Walpole, Massachusetts. Let's play a hockey game. All right. Let's not close this out like this is, the Stanley Cup final here.
Yeah, man. I mean, anything goes in men's league. Never know what you're gonna get yourself into on that
Would
given
you
night.
do that? Would you play that safe in men's league?
No, mostly because I'm looking to just rack up points. It's what I'm there for is to have fun, right? But I mean, if it's like a playoff game, I'll play like legit, like I want to win, you know.
Yeah, but
Not like I'm not ragging the puck or like doing that shit, but puck's in deep, you know, go chase it.
pucks and deep is different. They were just icing the puck like for half the game. It was absurd. JB, would you do that? Would you play safe, or I feel like you're not a guy who would play safe. Like you just keep playing your
I was
game.
gonna say, I feel like you kind of know me, dude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I wouldn't play very. I don't think I'd play safe.
yeah. Well, I thought they were pussies
Not
for
my
playing that
game.
way, but what are you gonna do? It's men's league. Um, I will say, guys, like, in between jobs right now, we're talking a lot about careers and stuff. I think I think it might be a good idea to film some goalie content. I know I talked about it before and I never did it. It's kind of complicated when you don't have somebody filming because I don't really
When
think
do you play again? Next
it's
week?
it's Monday, Tuesdays, yeah. So either of those days.
Yeah, I mean, just shoot me a text. I'm not really doing anything. Do you have any type of camera or like that we could film on outside
No,
of the?
no, I have a
Should
GoPro.
scour like eBay, dude.
Yeah,
See if we can. You probably find like a decent camera. That's not. It's not going to be like unbelievable quality, but
Marketplace maybe.
yeah, Facebook.
Yeah. I mean the GoPro is pretty good quality, but I don't know, maybe that
But
would.
I think you try to use both.
Well, the thing is like putting a GoPro on a goalie mask, I don't really know how to go about that.
Well,
And
no, I'm saying you could probably mount it to like the like high glass behind the net.
oh,
Like have one there and then have one that's following play and like you could sit in the middle and then kind of like have a different like viewpoint.
yeah, no, I mean that could be pretty sick. The other part of it is the mic'd up. I think it would be cool to have a microphone. I don't have one of those for, to put like under gear, so I would have to get one of those as well. But I think that could be some just kind of fun. Like there isn't a ton of that you can watch, and I'm not great, but it's just men's league. It would be kind of it would be satirical anyway. So maybe that's something you guys will see in the near future here. Yeah,
The near future.
that's really all I got for you guys. Unless you guys have anything, it's been a good chat. We kind of were all over the place, but I liked talking a little outside of hockey too. We're trying to find exactly what we're talking about on this podcast here. But let us also know again, if you got this far, let us know. Shake our hand, send us a pineapple emoji. Just let us know. And
We know
also,
you're listening, Ethan.
and we
Yeah, shout
appreciate.
out, man.
And if any,
Appreciate you,
and,
brother.
and if any of the other Komodo dragons, the gross community, if you're out there listening, let us know. And yeah, we're just grinding. We're grinding here, but good chatting with you guys. We also have some merch coming too. We're getting more into that and making some cool stuff. We're really spending a lot of time making sure it comes out good. I'm wearing the Puck Don't Lie hat right now. Everyone who I see, I went out. It was my birthday. It's actually funny.
My
It's
birthday.
my birthday, but this weekend and a couple of my friends from this town saw it and were asking about it and didn't know I made it. And I told them that and they were like, "Oh shit, I would get one." And I'm like, "It's sold out, boys." So
We're sold out.
yeah, so we might have to think about restocking that and creating like a little bit of an online store because I think it's good stuff. And if we can get it out to more people. And on top of that, like we're gonna go to some games here, boys, right? We're gonna get to a BC game. We're gonna maybe see a Bruins game or two. We're all kind of all spread across New England, but it'd be good to see, Jake in person. I haven't seen JB in person either in a while, even though he's a little closer. Um,
Yeah, it's been a while, boys. The Providence Bruins game was last time we all got together.
yeah, yeah, for real. So I
Dude,
think
we should honestly just say fuck it, like get a hotel like one night next time we go to a game or something.
and just cuddle or what?
Like if you want to cuddle, man, you know I'm not gonna turn you down.
We'll get two beds and play rock, paper, scissors to see who's
I'm taking the solo bed.
not if we jump you, dude. We're all sleeping in one. No, I mean not a bad idea because I especially for you, Jake, like to then like you can't really do much, not like we're sitting there trying to get blackout drunk at a BC hockey game,
Dude,
but
it'd probably be so cheap to do that improv. Like,
Yeah, dude, we should just go stay in our old dorm room. You think they'll let us in?
Jake, just hit one of your birds up on Snapchat. I'm sure you got one who's at JWoo or
I actually don't have any of that JWoo.
cut the hose out.
I'm no, I just graduated, or I haven't been at JWoo in 5 years.
All right, good, good. Yeah,
Dude, one of
I'm
the
kind
girls
of.
I used to hook up with just got fucking married from JWoo. Fucking crazy.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get a legendary picture of you two, you consoling her.
Yeah. Yeah, you did get that was a good action pick for sure.
Was that the legendary night?
I don't think so.
It
I
must
yeah,
have been.
you dummied him.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
I
that was
would,
that
like,
night.
was
I
it?
don't think it was that night.
It was.
Did we ever hash that out? Why has that not been a segment, dude?
I feel like we
I don't want it to be.
I feel like we have talked about it. No,
I don't think so, dude. Jake's gonna say that we have, so we don't, but we
No,
have.
we have. We've talked about it.
Dude, it wasn't even bad. It just
No,
you
I was
took
being a jackass though.
you
And
took
then
a
Mike
bad
put me in my
spill.
place.
I mean I wouldn't even really say you were being a jackass, Jake.
I was absolutely being a jackass.
I think you were having fun and you wanted to have more fun. I think the part of the jackass is I think that you were you challenged me, and I think that you might have got ahead of yourself is all, and I don't
You
blame you.
can't doubt Mike, dude.
Well, I mean, I
The
think since then,
CEO.
maybe not right now, but for a while you were hitting the gym pretty hard, and I think like,
That was like before I got big though.
but that's what I'm saying. It's
Then I
like
got small again.
I think like a year after that happened, if we reenacted it, you probably would have dummied me because it was the opposite. Like at that point, I was working out a lot, and then so it was time and place. But yeah, I mean, I folded him like a lawn chair. I will say that. No
Yeah.
disrespect.
Nah, man. Fair game.
Um, yeah, that was. I mean, I imagine that honestly was pretty life altering for you, just considering the fact that like you had to get a surgery, right, or
No,
something.
I didn't have to get surgery. I was in the emergency room getting my shoulder looked at for the next like 4 hours though until 1 in the morning when you guys picked me up.
Which is also a legendary moment.
The video.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a
I don't
stupid
even know what
night.
you're talking about, honestly.
Well, neither did anybody listening, but I'll tell you what it is. We picked Jake up, or you, from from the hospital with a friend of ours, and JB I think was in the front seat, and you came out and you were in a sling, and you were like, just let me sit in the front. Like I think it was because you would have been sitting next to me, and it was probably like a little too soon to be doing that, and so I think JB kind of gave you a hard time for a second, and it was like, nah, like, I'm kidding. Like you can sit there. And so you then got in the car, and I was filming you, probably a little cocky, whatever. And I said, you look good. At least you look good, because I remember you were shirtless and in the sling. And I said, Jake, at least you look good. And you go, shut the fuck up, Mike. I'll fucking knock you out. Me and JB are both in the back, just like chomping at the bit. We couldn't waste a second to respond because knowing the two of us, anytime you give us an opportunity to say anything, we will. And so we both said something, just something different but the same, along the lines of you kind of already had your chance. I think that's what he said, and then I said that it's gonna be harder with one arm. But no, Jake, love you, dude. And look, sometimes guys just have to fucking battle it out, like at the end of the day.
Me and Mike had our battle.
Oh yeah,
We've had a battle.
dude, we can talk about that too. He
That
slapped
battle
me.
took
Slapped
so
you?
He
long, dude.
slapped me. I actually was a junior in college. He slapped me back into sophomore year, dude.
Damn.
You want to
Yeah, I
tell
don't
him
know.
about
I
that?
I
Tell him.
don't. I just didn't hate him enough to hit him with a closed fist. No, that was just a long night.
Yeah.
Mike has a tendency to go on these like he just gets after it. The green light might be a little bit too green, and he
Well,
just full
let's
steam
preface
ahead.
this. Like I'd say at that point, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I've changed
But
a
I
lot.
was just saying, oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, 100%. But
Bigger.
just in, I think everyone, I think everyone at that point in 4 years of college, like goes through a certain aspect of that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a long night. You were getting after it, and you just weren't really picking up on social cues. And I kept trying sporadically through the night to like tame you down, and you just would not stop. So I just had enough, man. And
Yeah.
all it took was us being on opposing teams on a beer pong. That's all it took.
Because we were on the same team and you were probably like fine with it. But then
Yeah.
I think what
Dude,
happened
I
was
would have gone to war with you, dude.
I think what
And we
happened
changed sides, dude. It's like Pasta and Marshy now.
yeah, we changed sides and I think I wasn't even sharp at you. I don't at least, granted we're in college, we were out. I was staying at that place. We had a full green light. But I don't even think I was chirping you from what I remember was that I was chirping your teammate and I was just trying to get in his head and I
Uh,
was crossing a line because I was, the sugar rims were adding up at that point. That's probably, you know, um, feeling myself a little too much. And I'll be honest, you humbled me. I mean,
when in Rome.
I don't even really remember it too clearly, probably for multiple reasons, but um, yeah, he slapped the shit out of me. So, I mean, that's just guys being guys. Like, women,
Dude, it changed your face for a little bit, dude.
I still have a fucking jaw.
Dude, maybe that's the whole thing.
I'm always like, I feel like I got
Like,
punched in the face, dude.
yeah, I'm
JB
actually every time
slapped
I
me.
wake up, dude, my mouth is just locked. Like,
JB slapped me in 2022. Still fucking shaking up about it. But yeah, I mean, girls, we've said this before, but they'll go on social media. It's their birthday. They got 400 different stories reposting all these people that, are like, you're my favorite in the world. You're the best. Oh my God, this is my best friend. It's like you literally just made six other posts last month that said the same thing, you
What
know?
do you think about that? Like reposting the birthday stories.
Reposting them is fair. I mean, if someone puts it up, you almost like reposting it just it's like a thank you in a
Yeah.
way. Because
In a way, I kind of feel like it's like, ooh, look at me. Like I have a bunch of like 20 people posting for my birthday. It's just like nobody
yeah,
really cares.
I agree. I think it's kind of both sides is that. I think one side's like, look, I have a friend and I'm saying how much I love them. Obviously, I love them. And then reposting it and reposting 20 of them is kind of the same, you know. But the point of what I'm saying is, they're in the comments of each other's posts and they're like, oh my God, queen. But sometimes these bitches hate each other, and I think guys were much more of we're just chill guys, at the end of the day. Like you throw 10 guys in a room, like they're gonna just chill probably. Sometimes they
Still,
fight, but you fight and you typically just let it go after. So that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of the game of hockey. And that's life, man. So kind of. But yeah, so if you did get this far, we appreciate it. And yeah, good chatting with you guys. Think we went a little over an hour here, so good stuff. Keep an eye out for what we're doing in the future and have a good week. Peace.
peace.